Our big push is to get people and ideas together so that we can change lives and communities. And so we're really all about starting conversations, exchanging ideas, and getting people talking about how they can make their worlds better. I mean, besides showing up at street fairs with the wheel of cogitation and giving people free cookies, we also have a program called Think and Drink, which is a lecture series in a bar. We have traveling conversation projects that go around the state and talk about different issues like land use and immigration. And we do education programs for low-income adults. We do a teacher institute. And we do something called Happy Camp, which is for high school Oregon students who spend 3 days studying the pursuit of happiness. And they also do Tai Chi and yoga and play kickball, but they're also studying the roots of happiness and how we come to see that as important in our culture. And our goal with that is to see how then we can affect the future. We also give grants, and we have a magazine, Oregon Humanities magazine, that comes out 3 times a year. And that is another vehicle to get people talking. It goes out to 12,000 people. 30,000 people come to the Mississippi Street Fair every year. They're not all going to stop at our booth. But one of the things we're doing here is we're not just trying to give people our material, bookmarks, or brochures. We're really trying to engage them in conversation. So we have this thing that we designed called the Wheel of Cogitation. And it's essentially 16 topics of conversation. And people stop and sit down and actually talk to us about the things that come up. So some questions are, to what do you devote yourself, for example? And we've been hearing some really interesting stories about that. Yes. To what do you devote yourself? I'm curious to hear.
I devote myself to my wife Katie and to my profession of architecture.
Yeah? Are you, what kind of architecture do you do?
Medical centers, medical planning, and medical architecture.
Yeah, I've been hearing that has taken some really interesting turns, like about how place can help people heal. Yeah. And that a lot of designers are starting to figure out how to create those spaces.
There's a very close connection between the environments, the indoor air quality, the light, the color, just the feel of the space, how open or closed it may be, the thickness of the walls, all that.
Yeah.
Very close correlation.
It's fascinating. It is a better than the paper. Who are your people?
Who are my people? She's my people. That's the main one.
I'm his people.
Yeah. I think that's probably the most accurate answer.
Which one? What does it say? I don't have my glasses on.
The title of your memoir and its most interesting chapter.
Oh, wow. The title of my memoir, it would be, I Made It.
Some of the questions are silly, like what your superhero power would be and how you'd use it. But it's really funny because a lot of people feel like they do have a certain amount of power and that they are trying to use these things to change other people's lives. I mean, people hear the humanities and they think, well, that doesn't include me. I mean, I'm not smart enough, or I don't even know what the humanities mean. And, one of our big goals is to just make people understand that ideas are everyone's responsibility, and we all have good ideas. And we all want to connect with one another. And it's amazing how many people really are craving that kind of connection. Your first community outside of your family.
My first community outside of my family was probably growing up middle school through high school, my traveling soccer team. We spent every weekend together in the summers going to tournaments, and we become like a family almost.
Stability of change.
Change. Heraclitus. He's my man.
Yeah?
Can't cross the same river twice.
At least not in the same place.
Nope.
Change one moment in history. Change one moment in history.
Yeah. Wow.
personal moment or?
It could be any moment.
It could be any moment. Wow. You know, the first thing that popped into my mind was John Kennedy's assassination.
I think maybe
To change that.
The past couple of years, we've really been out there and trying to get people into those moments. And so, I don't know if you can see my pin, but it says which can be read as an acronym for Oregon Humanities, but more often we use it as the sound of hearing a new idea. And it's a little playful and it's a little silly, but it really is this moment that you have when someone says something that either you've never heard or maybe you disagree with, but your mind is open to it and you're willing to listen to it, and you might think about it for the next few days, and suddenly, your ideas change and your mind changes. I think the work we're doing is hard to quantify, but I can tell you from the experience we've had in doing it that people realize they need it once they participate. Russell, Stella wants one of those.